Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to the Men Save Your Marriage show. My name is Terry. I'm your host. I did an autopsy on my failed marriage, and now I use the lessons that I learned to coach other men on how to save their marriage before it fails. I'm going to share with you the things I wish someone would have shared with me before my marriage failed. Are you ready? Let's get started. Hello, gentlemen, and this is Terry. Welcome back in. This is the podcast. Welcome to the Men Save Your Marriage show. Obviously, I just said my name is Terry. You heard the bell. That means we are in the fight. We are in the fight to save your marriage. Welcome back to episode. This is episode number 42, and this is the moment because your marriage won't last forever. So this is episode 42, and this one is different. If you've made it this far, you've come through the full Rebuilding Intimacy and Emotional Connection series, and then you've been walking through the fire. I mean, brick by brick, you're trying to rebuild something that once felt lost. This episode is not just a review, it's kind of a call to you to remember, a challenge to rise, and kind of a decision point here because your marriage won't wait forever. You've done something most men never do. You faced the hard stuff head on even. You stopped blaming her. You started rebuilding yourself. Now the question is, will you keep going or fade back into the man you used to be? So we're going to review the journey, not as a checklist, more as a battle report. So what have you walked through? Over the last 10 episodes, you've learned how to rebuild intimacy. Not the fake surface level stuff, but the kind that makes a woman breathe again when she's near you. Here's a reminder of what you faced. In episode 32, you learned the truth that intimacy isn't just sex. It's connection, emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical. In 33, you learned that safety, not control, is what unlocks your wife's trust. In episode 34, you redefined physical intimacy, not as entitlement, but as a two-way expression of love and pursuit. In episode 35, you discovered the language of love. Hers, by the way, not just yours. And then in the next episode, you reawakened playfulness, laughter, and the joy that's been buried beneath years of stress. Then in 37, you stopped keeping score. You chose love without condition. In 38, you saw how small acts done consistently build big bridges between the two of you. And then in 39, you stepped into spiritual connection, leading her heart, not just your household. Episode 40, you gave her room to heal, to breathe, to feel, while holding space for her wounds. And then finally in the last episode, episode 41, you stayed steady when she didn't open up. You kept showing up because that's what real men do. Gentlemen, this wasn't a formula. It was a forge. And if you stepped into the heat, then brother, you've started becoming a man your wife could feel safe with again. You're standing at the edge of a new chapter. But don't confuse momentum with completion. This is the danger zone. This is where most men either step into the new version of themselves permanently or slowly slide back into the old patterns, expecting her to get over it or to open up or to meet you halfway. Let me be crystal clear, gentlemen. If she's opening up, do not let your foot off the gas. If she's still distant, then double down on showing up steady, solid, and safe. Guys, this is the long game, and only men who play the long game win this fight. You're not going to rebuild 10 years of damage in a marriage with just these 10 weeks of effort. But you have begun to lay a new foundation, and one she can finally trust again and stand on and feel safe. So what's next? What must you do next? Well, you've got two paths in front of you. Path one, you treat this podcast series like a like a good idea, like a season, a dabble in change. You pat yourself on the back and then you drift back into autopilot, hoping it all just somehow sort of works out. And your marriage will die a slow, silent death. Or, path 2, you decide right now, no, I'm not turning back. You commit to becoming the kind of man who leads himself before he ever tries to lead her. One who chooses truth over comfort, fights for connection instead of control, puts in the work even when she doesn't respond yet, because that's what kings do. That's what warriors do. Quite honestly, that's what legends do. So, gentlemen, this whole series was never about her. This whole series has always been about you becoming the man who makes safety feel possible again, becoming the man who creates space for her heart, becoming the man who leads with strength and humility. If you've done this work and you're ready for the next level, then here's your move. Are you ready? Get off the sidelines, do the work, not just the listening, because the next phase isn't about surviving anymore. It's about leading your home like a man who finally woke up and pursuing her heart. Don't wait for her to come around. Take action. If you've been a ghost in your own marriage, it's time to come back to life. This series gave you the map. In the next episode, I'm going to introduce you to the tools, the weapons you need, and the arsenal required to save your marriage. Are you ready to level up, gentlemen? Get ready for episode 43. I will talk to you soon. Take care and keep fighting.